good morning, and welcome to another special edition of your show, your favorite show, Wake Up Nigeria, right here on SRTV. My name is Daddy Chris, reaching you from SRTV London. As usual, I have a lot of people who will be joining me on the show today. Maybe it's always there in Abuja. She'll be joining shortly, and we have a special guest as well. So don't go away. But there's something I really want to share with you today. Yesterday, we talked about how government raise money. That was the theme, and we focused it on taxation. And the first question I asked you guys was, why would your president think or focus on Ministry of Petroleum when he can actually raise a wholesome amount of money from us and use it to build a nation? And I stand to be corrected. The president could raise enough money by us coming together. You see, there's one thing the Bible said, and I always go to use the Bible from time to time in all my analysis. Because anything that is not the Bible have answers to everything. And sometimes I don't go to church, but it doesn't stop me from believing in the Bible. And some are part of it anyway. Because in the Bible, you see the Tower of Babel, when human beings came together and said they're going to do something great. And God was actually threatened. That was the only time God said, the only time we're able to threaten God was when we say, we're going to reach you, we're coming to where you are now. And the only reason we were able to do that is when we came together. My people, I'm coming to you this morning, I'm saying that if we all, the entire population of Nigeria, for instance, say, let's say we are 200 million. If we put in 5,000 naira each on the average, it doesn't mean everybody can afford 5,000. And it is not true that some people who can only afford 5,000. So, but on the average, you agree with me that we can put 5,000 naira together. If we put 5,000 times 200 million, do the arithmetic. Whenever your government is going to borrow, we can give to them. So we're saying that the government could actually raise a lot of money from us. He doesn't need to borrow the future of our children, but provided he explains to us, or they give us a good reason why they want to spend the money, or what they're spending the money on, or why they need the money. That's the only thing we need. And I have explained it again and again, that on Sunday you went to church without nobody talking to you. Nobody forced you. They didn't even tell you. They told you to pay your tithe to God. And you paid how much at the end of the month? Why, if Nigerians on every Sunday will be paying tithe every Sunday to a church, why can't they pay tithe to the state? If the state do the second job, and maybe if I want to argue this, that it is a saying that next to God is government. So after paying your tithe to God, why would you pay your little tithe to government? I am saying, I am of the belief that we are ready to pay tithe to the government if and only if the government will tell us what they want to use the money for, and they will be accountable for it. We all want to progress. See, this is the belief. My belief is I cannot be alone. I alone cannot be Nigeria. You cannot be Nigeria alone. We are Nigeria. So Nigeria is a collective thing. It's not a thing for one person. The only way we can make Nigeria grow is when we come together, put our resources together for a common goal, and nobody can stop it. Have you seen, the last time I came to my people and I said, let me form Urobo Commonwealth, because I'm from Urobo. And I said to them, let us have Urobo Commonwealth. The Igbo could have the Igbo Commonwealth, the Yoruba Commonwealth, the Hausa Commonwealth, and the Bibi Commonwealth, the Edo Commonwealth. What will happen is you guys will be able to donate. No, I don't say donate. We want to invest. Now, there's one thing you're going to say to me, and I can do this differently. We want to invest. I use the word of government as taxation, that we want to invest social amount of money on social thing, and we will be successful. You know why? Now, let me explain this. This is so good. If the Edo people, even in London alone, say they want to come together and put and contribute to a purse, invest into a wallet, and use that wallet to do a business, their lives will be better. Because I can tell you guys, you are doing in London now that this one have 10,000, this one have 2,000, this have 1,000. It's useless to every one of you. But if you put it together, you end up making about £1 million, which is enough to do anything you want to do as a people. And the same thing I said to Robovu in London, rather than telling me to come and contribute, to come and donate, no, tell us to contribute money or to put money together like an investment. So meaning if I put 10,000, I've invested 10,000 into a wallet, that we're going to use that wallet to buy a house in London, and we're going to rent it out because it's not a good business, and we're going to make money. I'm sure every one of us will want to come. We want to be part of that business. So the only reason Nigeria is down is because the government has not been able to tell us to put our resources together like an investment. Yesterday I talked about yesterday I was talking about with the police. I was talking about how the government can collect money as tax, and that's we mentioned inheritance tax. It's a right of the government. You are in the country. If you die, we're entitled to some part of it. That is what I said there. But today I want to talk about investment. Investment. Maybe you are not educating us enough, Tinubu. I am saying that the money to build Nigerian refineries are with Nigerians. All you need to do is to set up a structure and say, hey, every Nigerian can now have a share in the Nigerian petroleum. All they need to do is buy shares. And this is the minimum shares, this is the maximum share. Make it so small. You'll be surprised the amount of money you will raise. And I will be sharing that idea with my girl today. Mary is right here with me. And that is some of the things we'll be looking at today. The act, let me put it, the act of collective investment for the common good of all. That is the title of today. Mary, welcome to the show. You are glowing, Madam Mary. Mary, the mother of nation. You are a big woman, oh. You see, I am Mary Val, you know, born on the very day of love. So how are you, girl?
I'm fine, Daddy Chris. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. And I'm excited actually because I want to talk about certain things with you, and I want to share ideas with you. Well, I think only me and you we can do justice to this topic, and the topic is collective investment. You know, they call it. You know what the British did to us? They tell us there's something called Commonwealth, and I've been asking myself that question. I know British, you can look at me. I've been asking myself that question. Where is the Commonwealth? The Commonwealth nation. Mary, there's no Commonwealth nation because it's individual nation. They just want to keep us together. You understand? I never see the benefits of Commonwealth, but Commonwealth as a word, meaning we want to have one wealth. All right. And if that is the case, we can put our resources together and make Commonwealth.
But we don't have Commonwealth.
No, we don't have Commonwealth. No, but we can create. This is what I did. You know, that language is what I used when I created Urobo Commonwealth. Igbo people can have Commonwealth, Mary. Even students in Abuja can have Commonwealth. You know, in the simplest language, it's called a cooperative society. By the time society cooperates and they put money together, there's nothing they cannot achieve. Even your village can be a Commonwealth. I said to myself, Ogara can be a Commonwealth. I'm from Ogara, from place. If I say Ogara should be a Commonwealth, and we say today, Mary, that I'm thinking like a stupid person, so don't mind me. I'm saying that if I say to Ogara people, instead of you to go and be buying things from ShopRite, I want you all to invest in a business I will call Urobo Shopping. In that business, everybody can put 10,000, can put 3,000. The amount you invest is what you're going to get as profit. And now we decide to say, okay, let us go. Every shopping we'll do, maybe we will now create our own shop. All right. And the shop will be, we use that money to buy things in bulk and then sell to one another. The price of goods will go down, Mary. And we will make profit. Those of us that put money in will make profit. How about that?
That's true. And this thing you just thought about right now, these are what our leaders were supposed to be doing in order to enhance funds in the country, to be able to raise funds in the country. But they're not thinking that direction at all. They can't even think about that direction. Exactly.
Yesterday we talked about how they can tax us. That we argue the issue of tithe. Tithe look like, okay, if we pay tithe to this, I can pay tithes, all right, which is there, but they are not using it because, you see, I'm just thinking of the amount of resources Africa have at the moment. That is one. Tax is one of them. I use the word tithe because I don't like the word tax. Tithe is more moral because we pay tithe to government.
Tithe is for church. Tithe is for church.
No. If you pay tithe in church, then you can also pay tithe to the government. Why not? Tithe is good. I said, Mary, they said that next to God is government. So we have to agree that the most important person in our life, maybe, other than God, is government. The most important person, Mary, the government determine the kind of place you will be buried, the kind of passport you will carry, Mary, the kind of food that is available. In fact, there's nothing the government does not decide. So it is important that we recognize the government as a very important, other than God, the language is next to government. So if we can pay tithe to God, we should be able to pay tithe to government. But that was yesterday. Today, I'm saying that supposing we come together as a people and decide to invest, what we already have is with us. Mary, I don't get this. If like me having a family of Daddy Chris, I have a lot of wives and children. You people will not allow me to do that now. That's something I wanted to have. I have plenty wives and plenty children. No, everybody will call you a bad name. But that was my mission. She's laughing. Imagine that if I now tell my children and my wives, listen, you contribute so money so that we use this money to do something. Instead of you going to buy separately, when we buy it, we share it at home. Listen, Benny, let me tell you this way. If you go and buy KFC in the UK, if you buy one chicken of KFC, it's more expensive. But if you buy the bucket, which the whole family will eat, it becomes cheaper, Mary.
Wow.
You see,
that's different in the UK, not in Nigeria. Nigeria, they measure it kilo by kilo. So it's not like that.
Mary, it cannot be so anywhere in the world, because the more you buy, that's why rich are getting richer. The more things you buy, the more people, because they make enough profit already, they cut the price for you. Anywhere in the world. If you're going to buy food, Mary, if you go and say you want to buy yam now, you want to buy 1 tuber of yam, it will be more expensive than when you buy a set of a bundle of them. You understand? That's why people go and buy big ones and sell in pieces and make profit.
That's why you want to marry plenty wife and have plenty kids.
Don't start. That's not what I'm saying first. But that's not a bad idea. For a man, see, Mary, sometimes they teach us rubbish. They teach us nonsense. What can be so bad really if somebody having a lot of wives and a lot of children? That is his choice. And if he can take care of them, if they make their life better, so be it. Every day they tell us to marry one wife. Mary, how many people are successfully married to one wife?
So please, you are a supporter of polygamy then?
Well, I never believe in monogamy. I don't believe in it. I'm practicing it. I do serial monogamy, but I don't believe in monogamy.
Or you not practice the polygamy itself. You not even practice it.
No, I cannot, because they'll kill me. You women these days we kill the person with speed. That's
so in a nutshell, thank God you don't agree with me that anybody that wants to practice polygamy must actually be a strong person.
Yes, of course.
So polygamy is not strong.
In those days, maybe it's a necessary digression. In those days, when there is an issue with man with many wives in the community, if you have only one wife, you don't talk because you don't have experience. Tell you to go away. That's only the men, only the real men. Like can have more than one wife. You understand? Because if one wife stress you, come two stress you, three stress you, you go commit suicide now. Especially in this modern life. Sometimes I'm walking on the street of London, I'll be talking to myself. Only one woman is stressing me. Imagine if there are more than one. You gone. Nobody wants that stress now. But that's on a lighter note. But what I'm really saying to the Nigerian government today is, how about telling us that, okay, maybe actually people are doing it though. What I'm saying now, it's not new, because we now have cooperative societies. And many of you there now, you can tell me how many cooperative societies Nigeria now have. And it has made tremendous impact on people's life. Like I said before, Mary, lecturers, I want to use them. They're the closest one I saw. You understand? Lecturers could hardly get a car. They couldn't buy a car, Mary, because their salary is not enough. But now they form a society, a cooperative society. What they are now doing is, we put the money together. When it is my time, I'll take it, I'll go and buy my car. Then we donate again, we contribute, the next person will buy. Everybody's not having a car, maybe, because individually they will never buy a car. And look at what they're doing now. I was at LASU, and I saw where the lecturers can go and buy their Pepsi, this and that. Maybe they now put their money together. They go and buy like a distribution price. Bring it to the school. They go there and buy and take home at a cheaper price, Mary. The power of coming together. The Tower of Babel. You see? Now, if Nigerian government will stop thinking of oil and we can say, okay, let us concentrate today on education. Everybody, it's an opportunity to invest in Nigerian education. Not everybody will. And when people make profit, Mary, when people see the profit, they will invest. If I'm going to, instead of me to go and form my own school, which is going to be stressful, the government is saying, invest in Nigerian education, meaning every year or every 3 months, you get a profit coming. You understand? The money will be used to make good schools, and your children will still go to the same school, and they will have a good school to go to. 2, you will make profit because there's a good school and you don't need to send your child abroad. Maybe is that not a win-win?
Yeah, it's a win-win.
This is simple arithmetic. And now, you know why I brought this topic today? There was a local government election in Delta State yesterday. They've sworn in some vagabonds. They put them in power again. Mary, all they're going to do, my pain is all they're going to do is wait for allocation. You know the good news we heard of that the federal government said the money coming to local government must get to them.
And that they must account for it. Local governments will account for it. I don't know if you saw that news as well.
Which is good. Mary, you see, so we call that good news, but that is not the good news, really. The good news will be when the local government can say to their people, can set up cooperative, or even in a way, if they do it directly or indirectly, encourage people to invest in our local education under the supervision of our kings and our local government. In fact, you know the last time, Mary, you know what I said to my king? He said, I'm disappointed in them. And he said, why? And I said, when I was growing up, Mary, my grandfather, he has this, you know, all these old men. He was in charge. The people would do market women that would go and sell their gari. Because most of our people, what they do is they go to farm. When they farm, they will get cassava and starch. They will take that to the market. When they sell their gari and this, they buy some food to cook and they have some savings. That small money, they go and put it in, we call it osusu. You go and put it down. You might be able to pay 3,000 every week. Some pay 10,000 every week. Do you understand? That was what the people were doing. At the end of the year, these women will go and they receive their money back. But guess what, Mary? It was from that money that they were contributing that somebody will need loan. They will give you that loan and you pay back with interest. Now, let's look at it, Mary. Now, because we are contributing money into one purse, there's a lot of money. We now have 1 million naira. And somebody want to do a business and he said he need 500,000. We say we will give you this 500,000, but you must bring it back with 100,000. So we have gained 100,000 from our collective effort. At the end of the year, that is the money they were sharing.
That is the power of collectivity.
And you know the funniest thing, Mary, that is what the banks are doing. The banks are doing nothing else other than collecting your money and lending it to others and make profit. But we cannot even access it. Poor people cannot access that. It's only for the rich. If they want to go there, they say, where's your collateral? This and that. But if you belong to a community where people will shame you if you don't return their money, I'm sure you will do all you can to make sure that money is returned. So maybe imagine now that that's what I said to them, that I'm disappointed in my kings and all of them, because if my grandfather of that time could put this together to better the life of the people, you know what will happen, Mary? Those of us that were in school, our parents were doing it. That was how they got money to pay our school fees. Some of them will go and take the money as loan to pay your school fees. And every month, every week, they begin to drop their 3,000 naira. Before the end of the year, they don't pay the money finish. But the money has solved their problem. What they want is to send you to school. So they don't need to have the money at once to be able to pay your school fees. They can take the loan, pay your school fees, and every week they pay. And as they pay back, they'll pay back with interest. So the community is making profit, Mary. Simple arithmetics. Now, the local government chairman has been sworn in. You know, I've been looking at them since yesterday, Mary. Oh, my God. I wish I could cry. The local government has been sworn in.
We don't have been able to tell which is supposed to be there. Is fitting for that position. You know,
in the first place, in the first place, in my place, I was laughing because it's one they call Solomon Ogba. I wish I have his picture. I don't want to share his picture today. What happened was that the governor has picked on them. Now the governor don't pick, Sheriff don't pick. And whatever Sheriff pick was the answer. Sheriff, when he be Mugu yesterday. Sheriff, when they beg Okowa, they do like this yesterday, it don't become because he don't attend the office now. Now he be kingmaker now. Anything Sheriff say, they don't even get Sheriff TV for my place. We have Sheriff TV now. And we get problem. Maybe we get problem.
Now we only be publishing just the good deeds of him. That particular TV station will be doing.
You can imagine what they will be saying. No, they have my friend actually run his More TV because he came with the More agenda, MORE. Maybe if they need to explain to us, they won't do more for Okowa. Okowa, when he ruin us, somebody say he won't do more for him, we vote for him. Are we not sick? But more with him. So a guy is running the More TV. The More TV is when Sheriff go one place, go cut ribbon of this thing. And sometimes they share with me and I throw it off because you know why? I want to see a governor that is bettering the life of the people. Sheriff cannot tell me he doesn't have money. He can raise money from tax. He can. Yesterday I came with one. Today is another one. Collecting our money together for our own good. Will that be so bad? Will that be so hard for these people they now swore in? You see the one they call Solomon Ogba? He has been in government. And I thought he even went to house because that guy, if you see I'm the small personality, Mary, I don't know the power when he gets. They sworn in him. And I was looking at this guy. I said, that one's going to ruin the local government for the next 3 years. May God bless us. Mary, all you can do is may God bless us. And the funny thing is, these are the same people who have been there. When they live there now, you go say they go House of Rep. The same guy. You see, the way... The question I ask is, what have you done that makes you become a local government chairman? And what is even your vision? Maybe when I talk about it, what is your vision? The only thing that is hurting me today, from the federal to the local government, is our emphasis on the allocation that is coming to Nigeria. The oil money that will be sold, that the Tinubu has made himself leader of oil. You see, petroleum ministry is the only ministry that is of interest to Tinubu. The rest, not management, may trouble not come. If trouble they come, you go shut up them. The other one they come, you shut up them. The only interest to Tinubu is petroleum ministry. But you know how much Tinubu could have made if Tinubu looks elsewhere and collect money from taxation. And even anything they want to do, you don't need to borrow money. Tell us, we'll put money together. The country will be running.
There's so much belief in petroleum. Even if Tinubu leaves the seat today, another person that will come will still put much energy on petroleum. It looks as if it's only the sector, that petroleum sector, that everybody wants to actually get a share from. And that is why we're having this problem right now.
Exactly.
Maybe
most of them they've not been able to one day think outside the box.
That is it. Or put their attention towards other things. Nigeria is big. Too big to tell me you want to put all your mind just on petroleum.
Oh my God, Mary, imagine now if we now begin to donate money, say we now have a lot of money, and say, okay, today, this year, we want to develop Nigerian Football League. Nigerian Football League that will be well filmed. You understand? That they're going to film it well in such a way that it will be so looking so good, not the one they do now with that stupid camera, that they can film it well and it will be shown on television like you see in the UK. So people who cannot even go and those who cannot go and watch the match live, they can watch it on their own television. You know what will happen? Yeah. Television station will pay for those content. There will be sponsorship around the stadium where the football will be played. There will be, in fact, you've created massive jobs and a new sector where the government will be collecting tax. And we'll create footballers that will go out and make bigger money for the country. How can a government not think outside the box? with a youthful population that can play football in Nigeria.
Funny enough, it is even the private people that are making money from these footballers.
Of
the
course.
Private people
because the government is sleeping. Even I'm not saying that even if government is not doing it, even if Tinubu get interest there, no. The only money, you know what I say? The money that goes there is money when they say they give to Ashawo. Ashawo said they offer services. You understand? Money where they do Sarah. Tinubu give that money because he only want people to be quiet. That's why they give money to Ministry of Sport. They don't give it with the intention of knowing that this is what the after effect. Now look at education. We were talking about at length the other day, Mary. Education would have been one of the biggest ministry making a lot of money in the UK. In the UK, Mary, this country where I live, the bulk of money they make from education a year. We are service-oriented economy. UK makes money from education. A school fees for foreign students is 11,000 to 16,000 pounds. Maybe imagine that amount of money.
You've not seen our government schools in this country. The worst ever. You've not seen the government schools in the country. Let's not even go to the private universities.
But you know that
our government,
when I wanted to run Urugu affairs, maybe I got tired at a point in time that my own people were thinking I wanted to make money out of them. And I said, listen, I don't give a damn anymore. You guys do your own thing. But I do know that most of the things I said then, they will live to remember me. Because, Mary, I was saying that I'm going to take all over the school from the government, the school in Urubu Nation, and turn them to a better school by running them privately, but not alone. You see, Mary, if I run it privately, it's going to fail. Now, this is the trouble we have in the country. Let me explain this to you, Mary. You know, the Nigerian economy right now is the government said they cannot do it, that they want the private people to do it. So we now have private schools, Mary. Now the private schools are too expensive and they're making money for one person. Do you understand? What I'm saying now is the government telling us to put the money together because they cannot do it and then manage it by ourselves and make a lot of money for ourselves and have a better school. This is the difference. I don't know whether that makes sense with it. Now look at it. We have the government right now, it's not working. We have the private school, which is working for the pocket of one person. I am saying that I want Nigerians to come together and own the school. The school will not be owned by the government. It will not be owned by one private person, but it will be owned by the people. And we will appoint, people to work for us to manage the school for us. You see, the school will be like the private school. It will be less expensive as it is, you understand? And we, instead of one person, one bagger, we will make the money because shares will come back to us. Then is that not a way to go?
It is.
I came to this show today and I said that is my message for Nigeria. Anywhere, you see, my pain is that if I talk to them at home, they're going to be angry at me. You understand? So I decided to keep quiet because my kids are growing up and I'm now an old man. I really want to be careful. Well, sometimes I want my gray hair to grow, Mary, so that you guys don't shout at me anyhow when you're angry. That's what you guys do. You know what I'm saying is, at the point in time, you have to withdraw. You have to say, I don't do my own. Let the kids not do their own. You understand? You have to give them a chance. So I protect them now. Otherwise, I will be bitter with every little thing they do in the place. Because everything irritates me. And to a very great extent, Mary. We have no reason to fail. This is what I said to them the other day. I know as I'm talking now, if you call the state now, you ask them this, they will tell you the federal government need to start it. You understand? And I asked one day, Sheriff, that Tinubu fail, must you fail? The answer is no. We have different authority, different things that can work. Now, Mary, you see, the local government are 25 in my place. Each local government can change life. Each one. If they stop relying on this oil money, in fact, the oil money will be a plus. You understand? Because they are working on ground. They encourage their people to do something. You understand? Which they're going to make profit. We're going to better our life. We're not going to wait for the government to. We're going to do this ourselves. You understand? We're going to put our money together and we're going to make sure we get food. We're going to buy things at In fact, the things we buy, maybe we buy stock from China and we will distribute among ourselves. We'll be making profit. We'll cut off these other people that have been making money out of us. Maybe even if we have a hotel, the village can create money. In fact, the local government will even have their own hotel. You will go to that hotel because you know that the place you are patronizing, you are an investor there. Maybe if I want to sleep in a hotel and I know the money I'm paying is going to my company because I'm an investor in that company, won't I go there?
I will, sure.
If I want to buy things now, Mary, and the things I'm going to buy are ShopRite, and it's the same price like the one in Ogara Hotel, in Ogara Shop, won't I go to Ogara Shop if I have investment in Ogara Shop?
But that's humans for you, and that's the right thing to do.
And so, Mary, you don't force people to do things. You maneuver them. You encourage them to do things. Nigerian government have a big chance here. The country is in a good position. You know why I'm so excited about Nigeria? Because, Mary, it's people like you. This is a country with young people, with smart ideas. All I need to do is talk, and if people get it done. All I need to do is talk, and people get it done. And I said I've been in Europe for some years. I suffer a lot, but you know, Mary, I don't work for anybody because I cannot. Nobody can. No, I cannot afford to do so. Not at this age. Anybody that knows me can say it. You know, sometimes I really suffer. Yeah, but because I am so much out of the system. Not that the system is bad. No, but what can you contribute to it if you're so sunk in it? If you are, you know, I said to Nigerian guys, when I talk about Nigeria in this way, they get angry with me. I say, how can I contribute to Nigeria if I am sink into what you guys already have? Perhaps I'll be looking for appointment to make money and be happy, really. You understand? I can get appointment any day I want, for God's sake. You understand? If that is my priority, I will threaten the government. In fact, I will blackmail them. But maybe, is that going to be Daddy Chris? That's not me. That's why I choose to be outside of the system that is failing us. And people like you, Mary, I tell you what I'm saying. If these things are taken on by people like you guys are going to do a great nation. In fact, Africa will be great. You know, and let me give this instance I just give now for those of them watching me in the UK. They thought I was talking about Nigeria alone. Let's come to UK. Mary, in this country, in the United Kingdom, there's no single bank owned by a black man. Quote me. There's no single bank owned by a black man.
How do you operate then?
We use their country now. So we have banks now. We have big banks. You understand? They have the banks in the world, Barclays and those days. That time when Barclays in Nigeria, they never bombed me, not be you. You understand? When I was born, Barclays was pulling out of Nigeria then. You understand? Because they buy all these big banks. That's what we have here. My pain is, it's okay to patronize all these big banks, but the banks you have here are the one that controls who gets the loan. They're the one that direct where the money goes to. They can make a decision to improve a particular sector because they have the money, and the money is coming from all of us. It's black people money, white people money, Irish money that is there. I'm saying to black people, if you come together and form your own bank in a collective way, not individually. Kai, really, you don't get what I'm saying. Not one person. If we say we have suffered enough, I cannot do it alone. Mary, you cannot do it alone. Let us come together and put the money to.
I'm trying to get something here. You know, like the way you have a bank account in Nigeria.
Yes.
I want to get. Is it that the Nigerians in the UK, they don't have their own bank account where they keep their money?
Yes, we have a bank account, but with which bank? I'm saying now, Barry, in Nigeria, you have Zenith, owned by who? UBA, owned by these guys. You understand? Okay. So we have those banks here in the UK too. You know, I mean, most of these banks, they make money from slave trade of those days. So don't worry about them. But what I'm saying is, the people that owns the bank, you see why that guy, that Anyama guy, where they do fine boy these days now. The owner of UBA.
Is it
it's always like this now because he's making money. Mary, where is he making the money?
He's young now.
But where is he making? Mary, the question I ask you guys is, how is he making money? He's making the money from me and you. It's our money we go and put in his bank. It's our money that he will decide who will do. It is our money. Do you understand? But he has done something smart. I am saying to Nigeria, supposing a set of people choose to come together, the way them will go and now steal money finish, come they create bank when they're not going to feel wrong. If a set of people in Delta State choose to have a bank, say Delta Bank, you see what I'm saying, my daughter? Say we now have a bank called Delta Bank, Imo Bank, Asaba Bank, even don't talk about that. Maybe Asaba even get their own bank. That this bank is tailored to meet the need of the people. Maybe now English they teach us for school, but the essence of a bank is a place where you keep your money and that you can go and take money for business, and the bank decide what you can do with their money. With the money, supposing we do that, and they now have Edo Bank. Nigerians now need to pay me. We have Zamfara Bank, Kwara State Bank. Will it be so bad, Mary? And these banks is now owned by the people. We now invest in the bank. If you want, you can now buy shares in that bank. Is that money? And people, you know what is so funny, Mary? People will start putting money into the bank.
It's the only time we can own such bank that you just listed right now. It's only if the governors, you understand, can actually operate this bank. If they can own it. Just we have different governors having private schools in the states, right? And naming it maybe after them or giving it one name or the other. But if you are saying the people in the states, you can only say if the governors, you understand, can actually open such a bank. Just the way they set their energy on opening schools and making new roads. If they can actually invest in opening banks so that the states will know
that is why it is failing. The reason why the things are failing, the schools they are opening are failing, is because they don't have the expertise to manage it and they don't care because they have a lot of money. Mary, if we manage our banks well by employing the right people, this is what I'm saying, Mary. If Delta State have a bank, we now have a Delta State Bank board. That board will then be the people to employ people to run the bank, and they will make decisions on this bank. Oh my God. Trust me, Mary, that the bank will be so effective because the bank is not owned by the state. It's not owned by one person. It's owned by us. In fact, I'm sure all of us will want to put our money there because that bank belongs to us. The profit will come back to us later. Hallelujah. Mary, the pastor going to talk. He said, am I talking to somebody? You understand? And that one they won't collect money. I don't ask money from you, Nigeria. I am saying that if we do that, we will make money.
And you hear the response, right on Papa.
You see, so on a good day, Mary, we have a big chance and a very big chance to do things right. And we're going to end this show with this topic today. But in between, Mary, let us do justice. I promise I will take a look at some of the newspapers today. At least let us read it and let the audience have an idea of what the Nigerian papers are saying. And I'm saying something. So we're going to go and quickly take a look at the newspaper. And when we come back, after the break, which is going to be in the next 20 minutes, we're going to end the show with what we started with, which is collective investment. If you like to call it the word they use, commonwealth. In its true sense, that we come together, put our money together, invest on a particular thing, and all of us begin to make money. In Jesus' name. All right, Mary, let's take a look at the papers.
Okay, the big story on the Punch says OPS blames insecurity as food inflation hits 40.8%. And the writer says NBS links inflation to rising prices of millet, gari, yam, fish, groundnut oil, and others. Nasima, LCI, others lament insecurity, seek rural infrastructure investment. And all these stories are on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. We have a story that says $1.8 billion fuel stolen from refineries in 9 years. And this story is coming from Neti.
Right?
And that's on
how much is that? Mary, look at the kind of money the people, guys.
$1.8 billion. Wow. Excitement as UAE.
If we call that in Naira, people go begin the craze.
The way they call this money, sometimes I feel like they just call the money like we have this kind of money. Well, excitement as UAE lifts a visa ban on Nigerians, and that's on page 12. How truthful is even this story? Anyway, never knew I would live to be 90, and that's coming from Wole Soyinka on page 14. Court okays Kano Emirates law repeals, sacks Bayero and others, and that's on page 14 of the Punch newspaper. Here we have a story that says Trump emerges Republican candidate, picks 39-year-old as running mate, and that's on page 21. Umeoji project over 1 trillion naira Zenith Bank profits in 2024, and that story is on page 25.
You see, the banks are making money. We'll come to that.
Okay, cholera cases rise to 2,809 in 33 states and 148 local government areas, and that's on page 16 of the Punch newspaper. Lagos allays fears over LCDs. Oyo, Taraba set up panels, and that's on page 19 of the Punch newspaper. And these are all the stories we have this morning on the Punch.
In fact, Mary, the question is, I'm going to ask this question, and I know many of you guys are angry. I'm in the UK, so you're going to ask me what moral ground do I have to do that? Why we're excited about going to Emirates? Why are we excited about going to the UAE? That they're going to give us visa?
After the treatment from UAE to the Nigerians, these people don't treat Nigerians like humans. Do you know how many people die in their prison? They reprimand them and keep them in their prison. Most Nigerians die.
This is their law. This is their law. It's an Islamic state. You misbehave, you could be beheaded. And if the question is even of what economic benefit? Oh my God! Of what economic benefit has?
You see the kind of jobs Nigerians go there. You see the kind of jobs Nigerians go there to do.
Maybe it's everywhere. Oh, it's not only UAE. Come and see the kind of job we do here. Now, cleaner, some of us. Now, if we newly come, now we do. When we came to this country first time, the first thing you do is either you become cab driver, you not get license. Not be now. Those days, would they take it, put that for road? In fact, maybe that's how we survive.
Cab driver when you just go to a place. When you newly visit a place, you can't even be a cab driver because me and where do you know?
Maybe if hungry beat you, if hungry beat you, you go begin drive anyhow. You never see.
How can you locate those places that if you can just come into a place and start driving?
Well, you go, at least they will give you small orientation now. Bad boys, your people don't do already. In those days, not be now, they don't put law now. In those days, maybe what happened in London is if you can buy a car, not be now, they sell the car with you with the tires, and sometimes you don't get insurance. You go begin carry your Toyota, they enter road. When club close, people want to get home. You stop your car, they will enter, they pay you. Your life is better. If you sit down for house and we go kill you, you never get paper. Who born you? The rest are common. So we do a lot of shit. A lot of shit. That's what we did when we nearly came to this country. Some of you, sometimes you will be arrested. Here there's law. They will not maltreat you like we are doing in UAE now. If what we did there, we did in UAE, most of us would have been in prison. We supposed to be there. So what we're saying is, it's the excitement about when Nigerians cannot really, in fact, it pain me say we not see people. They put emphasis on how to advise our government. The new one where they don't put in now to work, to think of how they're going to raise money for the country. Because maybe the only reason.
If this UAE story now is true, you see the Nigerians will be chopping in there. Going to Dubai is easier for Nigerians. Like, it's that easy for them compared to the UK and the US. If it's true that you see, even though they know that this is the kind of thing people are going to pass through when you go there, the way the youth say, I don't know, the desperation of leaving the country is on another.
And maybe
I don't understand.
I'm going to make a movie. I'm going to make a movie right now on the Jackpot syndrome. I'm working on the script. The script is actually ready. You understand? And I just want to use it to review. I've done something before similar in those days when I call it fantasy. You understand? You just jump up and you come to Europe and you find yourself doing drugs. That was what I did with St. Toby in those days of blessed memory. But I'm going to do another story at the moment on why the normal family, maybe somebody even have a work in a good bank, will sell all their homes and come to the UK, and you will see the new life. Come, make we do it together. They come, we wait for now. Here na like Ogboni society. When you reach here, you know they talk everything. But my movie will reveal some of them. And I will not lie about it. I will be sincere about it. But on a good day, Mary, the only excuse that I cannot give, or the only reason I cannot fault in people Japan is the insecurity in the country. Is the stupidity of our leaders. That they cannot really work for the betterment of the society. And these people cannot do anything. So they better leave. I cannot blame them for that. Otherwise, Nigeria is such a great country that you don't have any reason to leave. But the only reason you are living is your leader. He doesn't know. It's not his fault. And maybe it is, the DNA. You can't change it, Mary. Maybe it's already in our DNA to fail. Otherwise, how can President Tinubu come to office? The first thing Tinubu did, he followed the line of Buhari. He wants to be Minister of Petroleum because he thinks that's the only way he's going to make money. That's my pain. No? Anybody that call me, if I come, I will finish Tinubu for television. Because they better not allow me to talk on NTA. Because I will just take straight to him. They know me. And I will say to him.
They will not air such news now. Once they interview
my show will be live. I don't come on any show that is not live. So you got to deal with it. You understand? You got to deal with it. They will not air it. I said it will be live, so they will be cutting it off. They'll keep cutting it until they tell me to stop. But because Tinubu, if he has any wisdom, any element, atom of intellect, he's an accountant. He must understand that he can make so much money from either taxation, collective one, appealing to us because we're good people. Nigerians pay tithe every Sunday. They can pay tithe to the state. And I believe in that. I believe in us. And number two, make us to invest. And we'll be making money. The money Tinubu is going to borrow that makes Africa put Africa in debt is what I have solved today. In 2 shows, I've solved it. That if any government in Africa listen to what I have done yesterday and today, there will be no problem in that continent. I've not mentioned the other issue of investment too, because you know why I say, Mary? Anytime I say, they say government cannot do business. Anything government does, it will fail. I say, okay. So I might leave that one. If not, I believe in the state actually investing. Mary, wait a minute. This thing I'm saying about it's like joke. You know, one of the big business in Nigeria is aircraft, airline.
That's true.
Mary, if we have Imo Air, Delta Air, Edo Air, Ibom Air now is existing. Lagos Air. If Lagos starts, it's going to be amazing. Do you understand, Mary? And they tell me, where do I get the money? I said, no, don't go and borrow money. Do not borrow this money. Tell us that you started this business, set up a structure so that we can invest and own our airline that will take us from one place to the other and we'll be making profits. And God will bless us. We're coming back to that. So let's take a look at the other papers. We're going to look at that at the end of the show so that I don't deviate. I want us to take a look at what the paper is saying. No, Mary, let's finish what some of the issues on this paper.
Okay, the Vanguard.
No, let's stay with this. Okay. I want to congratulate you, Ika. For some reason, while you are getting a lot of criticism these days, but you're an old man. I said to people, you can forgive him. The man is now 90 years old.
But he's still tribalistic. The kind of respect I had for him before dropped. At the end of the day,
it becomes a little reckless these days in the speech. Yes. It becomes more insensitive. Not the Wale Soyinka we used to know. But he's an old man now. He's an old man now. You can't expect him to be as rational and be critical like before. At a particular point in time, Omaro Wale, I'm tired. I want to rest. Baba want to rest. 90 years old, like he said.
Must he talk? Then you should stop talking then.
I know. And the people should stop going to him even. They should leave the old man alone. 90 years old. Dementia don't they enter. You know what it be dementia?
Yes.
Dementia don't they enter. The man has tried. Baba, rest. Congratulations on your 90th birthday. But rest. Because you are becoming a nuisance to some extent. Rest. The Soyinka we used to know is the same person we want to see back. And we will not take it away. That's why I say it's not good to live too long. When I used to work, people they invest. I say great people don't live long. Not verse from you. If you look at the history of man, how many years Jesus Christ live? Mary, How many years did Jesus Christ live on earth?
But you know, Jesus Christ only came to save people, right? He came
Okay.
for a mission.
I said there was
a time it was stated that he was supposed to come and stay long on earth.
okay.
He came for a mission. And he has a mission. And when he conquered, he left.
If Obama had not left the office of the president, he was not going to live long. Nobody will live long if you remain popular for too long. You be God. God will take you out. Michael Jackson was too popular. He has to go. Listen, there is no way. And I mean, they talk today. Mona, show me one person when he did successful that live long. If you over successful, famous, not be money. Say you famous, you're not going to live long. Trust me. Had Nelson Mandela not gone to prison, if you not live long, you cannot live long. If you assume the role of God. God is a very selfish God, though. That's why I tell you, say I'm a jealous God. You not even hide that. Baba saying be jealous God. So you cannot be God. So God did not design people to live long. So Walecheka living long, that aspect of his greatness must die before he lived. Someone will forgive Baba. Anyway, I'm talking Surishwa here. No say maybe be picking. But people like us who don't old, we get what we don't see when you never see. You know, when they talk and say those, they say what if Papa they see when he did ground. You cannot see when it's day up.
No, anyway, Chris, he's now a reverser.
Lie. Okay, Mary, look at it. They said 1.8 fuel stolen billion dollars, 1.8 billion dollars stolen from refinery in 9 years. And will they borrow the same money? The same money that is stolen is what the government of Nigeria will go and borrow. And we are paying interest on the same money. But the money has been stolen by one of us.
But a country where we have somebody like the president, right? As the Minister of Petroleum. So what's he doing? If they are still stealing like this? Even as regards those bunkery, you understand? Those illegal mining and all of that. What are they doing towards that? Because these people, they are still doing it. They are selling oil, making a whole lot of money after the private individuals. And we have as the Minister of Petroleum. So what has he been doing to checkmate that sector properly?
No, Baba go say no that time now 9 years ago, Mary. Now they talk so. No, Baba not the office that time. So no go forgive to
whether the Tinubu or whoever president we had in the past, these people are not working at the Chris. I know what I'm saying. But I know they said 9 years ago, Tinubu was not there.
That during Buhari, as Buhari entered, now they begin to steal him. 9 years ago.
Buhari was also the Minister of Petroleum during his time as well. So
of course,
that's what I'm saying. Now, what were they doing? Is this to come up and
how can you expect Buhari to? You see, the thing we talk about, sometimes when we tell people about the truth, that you don't need an old man to be president, you think it's a joke. Mary, there's a way I wake up at this age. Sometimes I'm too tired to be bothered. If you want to send me to bed now, Mary, give me food. If I eat over belly food, I must sleep. Quote me. There's a kind of food you give to me now. If I eat too much, go and ask anybody, I don't sleep for them. At that place, I go sleep. At a particular age, you cannot stand certain things. I mean, you just say, old man, they overdo the thing for bed. In Nala, anybody say the man don't say they perform well. Nala. The thing will diminish. You see, so you voted an old man as president. Buhari that is so old that could not even deal with his own health. As a president, look at that big job. You see what I'm talking about today, Mary? Look at the amount of intellectual work I'm saying that the president should put in to run a country. He should to be Minister of Petroleum. Now where the small money will come from? Baba no one worry about how the country will move. Because anybody that do what I say, I stand to be proved wrong. I'm writing a book. I stand to be proved wrong. That country will fly. You don't need to borrow money, my people. We have money. Look at it, 1.8 stolen among us. We're not saying carry money come, but you go invest now.
There's no way they will not borrow money when we are not making money. That is the creativity we're talking about.
Yes, I even say one time, I say it's good to borrow money. Mary, you know what we need to borrow as a country? We need to borrow expertise. That is will be the next thing I'll do. I will say to Holland, Shebun are they good for farm? Okay. Come and build farms help us to build the farms in all over the land in Niger State that is wasted. In return, we'll give you so amount of oil. So we supply oil, our money when we want from the oil, now the farm when you build for us. The farm will feed the whole of Africa. Then we will be making money. You understand? It's not, you know what the problem is? You sell oil, you give the money to Tinubu, he don't share among among the governors. They are all marrying new wives. You think you can blame them? Nobody can blame them for that. The system allows it. The system gives them room to do all this rubbish. Today, Emery, we are proving something that nobody can dispute. And I'm saying I'm not nobody can claim monopoly of knowledge, but I stand to be corrected on what we have been saying today. If Tinubu say, okay, the next oil we're going to sell, we're going to give to the United Kingdom. What I want you to do is to come and build schools. We have schools already, but come and help us remold our education system. You understand? Not that we don't, in fact, for the education, we don't even need help. Because, like what the young boy, the guy that joined me yesterday said, Richard said, we are lucky because the system has been proven by some people to have worked. You know, why would you want to prove it again? Mary, there's something called Pythagoras theory. That when you add this and this, it becomes this. If you square this and the square of this and the square of this is equal to the square of this. It has been proven. Do you need to prove it again?
No.
Do you need to prove that again? The answer is no. Thank you very much, Joseph. You don't need to prove that again because it has been proven. So where do we need to prove things that have been proven again? Now, look at what happened. The CNN came to Nigeria and they said, not me, they said that the highest incubator of successful small businesses is the Alaba apprenticeship system. It's not me. CNN said it, that the highest incubator of successful businesses, small businesses, is the Alaba international system. Do you need to recreate that? It's a profit. You see, in this country, there's something we say. Thank you. There's something in this country. I'm with you, Sir Joseph. There's something we said in this country. For those of us that study law, that if there is a judgment today, it becomes a precedent that future cases will be referred to, and that becomes the law. It's called the common law. That's how common law were created. You don't need to prove something that has been proven. 1 + 1 is 2. Do you need to prove that again? 1 + 1 is 2. You don't waste time proving it. You engage the principle of 1 + 1. You see, there are some arithmetical equation. If you do algebra, the S of this is equal to this and that. If you do that, you don't need to prove that again. Yeah, Mary, you're welcome back, my daughter. Welcome back. All right. Oh, you're still frozen, Mary. You understand?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not frozen.
No, Mary, what I'm saying is, if you, I did a little bit of, I was good in mathematics when I was in school. Many of you guys don't know me. You understand? And there are some equation in algebra. In fact, I have one Kampa Keyeke from Fuga. That guy was teaching us calculus off head. I learned from him. I was copying Kampa Keyeke. Because Kampa Keyeke has a formula. Mary, you see what I've learned, in that time, I'm still using them today. I don't need to prove it again. There's a lecturer that came to the class. He forgot what he said that day is the message I took home. And I want to say this to Nigeria today. You know what he said? He said, I come to this class today and I'm teaching you something. Do I put something inside of you? Did the lecturer physically, if you go to school, Mary, does the lecturer physically put anything inside of your head? The answer is no. Lecturer, they tear your head, they put something. What the lecturer only does is he make you realize what you already know. It's already in you. That's why they say God created us in his image and likeness. I'm going biblical again. So the God have created it in us. All we need to know is to activate it. And some formulas have been revealed to man. The man has said it. You don't need to employ it. You don't need to copy it. You don't need to prove it again. You need to employ it. There are some systems that has worked in the rest of the world. Effective taxation has made society to be even, to be more just and more progressive. Do we need to prove it again? It has worked in the West. We need to prove it. I want to read what Joseph is saying. Joseph says, well done, Daddy Chris. It is well with Nigeria. It is not about foreign expert. It is about values and commitment of our leaders to do the right things. Thank you very much. And my worry is, you cannot give what you don't have. It was my ex, one of my ex said it to me, Mary, and I almost slapped her. He said, I cannot give what I don't have. Did he pay me? You understand? I said, are you saying I don't have love to give? So that was a big word. But that was really touchy. But that is the truth. How can these leaders, the so-called people, they now vote yesterday that your brother, Oboriwari swore in. How can they give what they don't have? First, they have to have the knowledge, the understanding of how the society is going to run. And I'm saying to you today that we are lucky because the system has been proven. You know what they said to me? Oh, look at what happened in Malaysia. Look at what China has done. You know what China did then? China was hungrier than us. There was more hungry. People in China were dying of poverty, hunger, until they went to America and copy everything they have. They didn't go into doing new things. So, Mary, the iPhone today is assembled where? In China. iPhone is actually now produced in China. It's not made anymore in America because it's cheaper to do it in China. Now, if China can attract iPhone from America, they have number one enemy. Because America don't want China to grow so that they don't take over from them. Imagine how America would like to fly to Nigeria if we create the ground for them. China has proven to us that if you make a fertile ground for investment, people will come. So we don't need to prove that again. Kai, who is this person calling me at this difficult time? You understand? Kai, somebody might be angry with me now. Let me just put this down. What I'm saying, man, is it is so simple. It's not rocket science to do what is happening because it has been proven. In law, Mary, if they want to judge a case, if I want to go to the court to argue a case, I would say based on the judgment of so court and so time, this is what the law says. So I don't need to worry about creating new one. I'm going to remind the judge that it has happened before. So Mary, it has happened. China has proven that they can turn the economy, change, and compete with the rest of the world by just making people to come and invest. Like I now say, Mary, there's nothing that they don't produce in China.
That's true.
You know, anything produced in China was bad. Today is the best. So how come they're able to do it that Africa cannot? That Nigeria cannot? What did China have that we don't have? Because China was able to learn a model that worked for them. So the model is already proven. I better go and copy it and bring it home. Every day we talk to people in Edo State that Malaysia came to Edo State to take our seed of palm oil, palm fruit. They're making so much money from palm fruit today. The biggest in the world. Something they take from Nightfall in Benin. In Benin, they're Edo State. In Benin City, that's what I'm saying. So if we can see that and we cannot use that model to grow our own, and we not sick people, do you need to prove that again? Do you need one scientist, one rocket science with gray hair to come and do like what this young man just said? So he said it's not about our experts. It's about the values and the commitment of our leaders to do the right thing. Anyway, we're still going to continue with the papers now that you're back. But I just really wanted us to look at what the Emirates is saying. What is happening in Kano now? Because these guys are confusing me. And I love
Daily Trust.
No, even the Punch saying something here. I know Daily Trust will carry it. That the court okays Kano's Emirates law repeal. Sacks Bayero.
Others.
There will be no justice in that place until the people come together and solve this problem. You don't dethrone an emir. In fact, this is stupidity. This is the thing is there are certain things God did in the Bible. God is the one, if God were the one appointing kings, he was the one putting on the good kings, and the people rejoice when they have good kings. And this is exactly what you're going to see. You don't sack an emir. Somebody already that we say is a king. You know what? People don't understand that if we all come together and say this is a king, he becomes a king, Mary. God does not have power to change it. Oh my God. That's why they say when you want to marry Mary, you know what they say? They say you come out and say, from today, you know what the Reverend Father would do? He said, from today, I now make you husband and wife. In the open, they don't do marriage in the secret. From the day it is pronounced, Mary, they become, and it is spiritually binding from that day. It becomes spiritually binding. You know, those of us that understand spiritual, it becomes spiritually binding. So we do things in accordance to an existing structure. You go in and say that the king must be dethroned, or you've dethroned him because you are a governor or this. Now there is chaos in Kano. This family should come together and put the matter at home and resolve it between the two guys. Between Sanusi and Bayero, there can be peace. They are cousins.
But you know,
don't want to see this in the papers.
The case was taken to court, right? So it looks like they've already asked Bayero to stop parading himself as the emir of Kano. So maybe it's true in the favor of the other person.
That's what they do. That's what they're doing.
That's it.
I'm a big fan of. I'm a very big fan of Sanusi. Sanusi is my man. In fact, I needed Sanusi to be more as an activist than to be a king. He doesn't need to be a king. He doesn't need it. Because the king, there's something, when I interviewed them, they said if you see the king in the emir, they tie you see that thing they used to tie their mouth. They tie the head and they will tie mouth. Meaning emirs are not supposed to talk anyhow. Sanusi is not the kind of person who will not talk, or if he see bad thing, he will talk. That kind of person is not an emir. You understand? Because Sanusi, if you see evil, he will talk.
What I don't understand is why is Sanusi winning Bayero in this case?
Because the governor said so. Don't forget, though, Sanusi was deposed as well, and he had to go on exile. Now the new governor said, no, we're bringing him back. You that was imposed by that governor, you are leaving.
Because Bayero has been asked to stop parading himself in Kano as the emir, right?
Yes.
So it looks like Sanusi has already won the case. So why Sanusi? That's the question.
Because governor has said so.
Why will you start Bayero?
Mary, let me put it this way. And everything that's spiritual from you. If somebody married today, you marry one wife, this church can say, from today, your husband and wife. Then, when I come divorce, you take another man, go to the church, and the same pastor say, from today, this is this and this. Another pastor, maybe they don't remove that pastor. Another pastor in the church can say, from today, these people are now husband and wife. Which one are you going to recognize?
Anyway, they say the former is the order of the day.
My daughter, you don't talk and finish. You don't speak the big grammar when I don't even know. God will bless you. The former is the order of the day.
So it applies or is applicable to different things, not only marriage.
Good. So we can understand why Sanusi is ruling today. Like Sanusi rightly said, if another person come and the person does not like Sanusi, he can say, okay, now that I'm this, I am at the altar. I want to marry you to another person. And this is what we will follow. In Jesus' name. Anyway.
I think Bayero has been asked to stay in the mini palace in Nasarawa. Why Sanusi, I think they appointed some police that will be with him in Kano. Now the last story here says that Bayero was directed and 4 others emir to quickly hand over all emirate tradition royal artifacts to the government and the substantive emir of Kano, Sanusi too. This is serious. Oh my God. I really don't know how. You know, the thing is, when they wanted to take this case to court, I was even scared. I was thinking that Sanusi will lose because somebody's already there. You cannot come and let the person go. But the other day, I felt like they might actually think that since he was there and he was dethroned, it's possible he might regain his throne back. And maybe that's what has happened right now.
Mary, another exciting thing is that Trump, they almost shot him, almost killed him. almost got assassinated. Today, he has won the ticket for the Republican and has become a 39 years old as his running mate. Yeah.
But I don't like the fact that even the Nigerians, sometimes it looks like we have this clueless mindset where we think. If you go to the media, if you see the way the Nigerians, the kind of hate speech, like the comment that's coming from our Nigerians, you feel so annoyed. Like, how can they say Trump staged this thing? And he staged it so that he will win or gain votes or pity from the people. So who will agree to kill himself just because they want to stage something? But
Maybe.
the person, according to the story, died instead. They killed him, right? So who will agree to kill himself to take his own life, want to gain votes? Who does that? They're coming to say that he staged it. So I wish Trump died in the process. That's one will believe that truly somebody wanted to kill him. But because he survived, this is what they are saying. And that was what happened during the Junior Pope saga. At first, when they said he was drowned in water, and later on I started seeing comments like that they are trying to a kind of put the people in suspense that the Junior Pope is going to come out, that they want to sell the movie. They want the movie to trend. That was the case. Now people only believe because he died. Is it one person die or when someone dies? That is when we now believe that something has happened to them. We don't take people serious until they are no more. I was start to post everywhere.
Maybe the problem we get there. That's the problem with the social media and the problem that comes with artificial intelligence. We have a lot of cases judged by these people who are the social media, me and you. Who are the people on the street, me and you. The era of street journalism going to bring a lot of trouble and a lot of good things. So this is where we talk about the good and the bad that comes with the internet. With this one now, people pass judgment. They say things that are not true. Some of them are true. Maybe the uprising will bring out the peace in us. So the truth and the lies
but
will
Trump
make
has died in
things
that
better. But Trump is not somebody we can
over.
President Trump
I said,
is not somebody
that you see rest in peace everywhere.
President Trump is not a likable person. You understand? He is not, and because he stands so much, he's so firm. I won't vote for Trump on a good day, but he's a very strong guy. And most Nigerians, don't say all Nigerians, so but many Nigerians, those of us who are conservative that goes to church, Trump will say America belongs to God. For that one, he has a lot of fans, more than me. You understand? Trump will say America belongs to God. So anything that is not of God. In fact, Trump is very strict, very clear. Under Trump, they will not be gay. All those ones, those things. So many things that Trump will not support. So Trump he has his own hates and his likes. I don't want to get into it. But the bottom line is the American democracy. That a person that was voted, the thing I don't get there is this Trump was he lost the last election. In the course of doing so, he did break the law, and the court has found him guilty. So I'm following what the court said. Tell me now, the court has found him guilty. What moral ground have that man to become president again? Now he has won he's likely going to win the election because Biden is an old man too, very weak. He's not going to be able to compete with this guy. So Trump, who is now an ex-convict, he has been convicted.
Nigerians hate Trump. I noticed that even from the last election with Biden. If you see the Nigerians are praying for him to step out, like let Biden.
Everywhere, if you come to here, everywhere here, even those of us here, people in the West, they don't say it. Nobody wants Trump back. In the
West, why do they hate him that much?
Huh?
Why do they hate him that much?
No, but Trump is
it that he's a racist or what?
No, he's an extreme right conservative. Well, let's put it this way. He's the type of people that believe in, okay, Trump would say there should be no people that, those when they like Yash. Say no support him. No, many people not go like him. Some people when they like Yash, not go support Trump. But those of us when we believe that
he's not a bad person. They're not saying that it's because he does not like Nigerians coming to the US and all of that. He's a racist. He does not like black visiting his country. And I was like, is that really the reason?
No, that's not true. If you say Trump does not like Nigerians, Trump will tell you his doctor, his physician is a Nigerian. His doctor, his personal doctor, not Nigerian. So what are you talking about? Anyway, the thing is, Mary, I always say politics is a different thing. It's our common hatred. They make you to believe to hate the other person. That is what makes you win election. That's how you win election. So it doesn't matter. So Trump might not be that evil as they say. I don't see him as a complete evil man, but I don't agree with some of the things he's saying. And that is on the personal level. I don't agree with him. But so many people will not like Trump, and it is completely understandable. The guy saved too much. Make people cool down. Now he's coming back. Because he's going to win the election, he's going to win. No, naturally, the conservative will win election easier than the Democrat. The same way here, Tory go win better before this. Now we don't get Labour here now. They want to turn that place to conservative. Now let God they choose who be leader. Maybe we pray so that at least they lead us well. But what I really want to find out for my own case for Africa is this. Look at the way democracy is now being practiced in America. Is there anything to emulate there? I will say yes. I'm talking today. Tomorrow, my topic, Mary, our topic tomorrow will be copying what is already there. No, there's no need to prove what is right. Mary, you know, they say, you get the time when you go sleep with your wife, you go get belly. You sleep with her at that time. Don't pray about it. You understand? It has been proven. It's scientific. Don't dispute it. Go and buy the thing. Test her at that time. Put the thing. Picking go come. Do not prove it. What I'm saying is things that are already proven, we should not try to. In fact, I feel that is the problem in Africa. What I'm saying to you, Mr. Tinubu, there are systems that have worked. Copy it. Let's take a look at this American issue now. They have done something right. They were able to try the case of a former president and convict him. You understand? It will never happen in Africa. And that's the thing I emulate. I'm smiling. I'm looking at America. I'm happy. However, there are some parts I don't agree with. So we must not copy or copycat. We must take the good ones and take the... Because I don't think that this one, when you win 4 years, another one come, 4 years, another... No. Sometimes, even in the UK, we don't vote every 4 years. We don't vote for king. Our king is always the monarch, the president. You can only change the minister. You don't change the king. So it's nothing wrong if democracy means different things to different people. In fact, the king of Jordan said it, that democracy will mean different things to different people. What is important is the rule of law. That is the good. You see what I'm saying, Mary? It's not how many years the man stay in office. It's whether there is the practical rule of law, meaning every law we make, we obey it. And it's binding on every single one of us in the same way. That is democracy. Maybe let's look at one more paper before we close this show today. We've done our bit.
Okay. I thought we were going on a break.
Okay, let's go on a break, and when we come back, we will. It's not a bad idea to go on a break, Mary. Let us talk about Nigerian Week. People stay with us. Nigerian Week is right here. Stay with us.
Ooh la la! The second edition of the Nigerian Week London 2024 is here.
It's another blend of arts and culture, entertainment, business and networking activities.
A week-long extravaganza showcasing the best of Nigerian music, dance, craft, fashion and businesses.
Taking place at the prestigious Lighthouse Theatre, 262-274 Camberwell Road, London, SE5. OAY. Date 22nd to 28 July 2024.
Tickets are available at everbright.com. For partnership and sponsorship, please visit superiorradioandtelevision.com
or call +4407 459 513 619 or +4420 3623 8755.
Email info@superiorradioandtelevision.com or visit our website www.superiorradioandtelevision.com/Nigerian Week 2024.
Come and experience a nation's culture that resides in the heart and in the soul of its people.
All right, welcome back. If you're just joining us today, this is Wake Up Nigeria. Daddy Chris is here, and Mary is all the way with us from Abuja. So I'm going to add Mary, but she's doing some little things so I can see her from the backstage. So we'll let the women do their thing. Well, what I was really interested in today, and which I tried to really talk about, and I think I did it at length, is talk to Nigerians the power of collective investment. Yesterday, we talked about how important it is if we pay tithe to the society. And we couldn't blame the people for not paying tithe. I use the word tithe intentionally. The word is tax. Intentionally, I'm using it as tithe because if Nigerians could pay tithe to church, to their pastors, you can see how rich the pastors are. It's the power of tithe. We can pay the same tithe to society and our society will grow. In fact, you won't believe where we will be if we agree to pay tithe to society. So rather than President Tinubu, I'm saying this now clearly, rather than President Tinubu thinking that the Ministry of Petroleum go and hijack the Ministry of Petroleum, perhaps he should look outside that one and begin to see how he can effectively apply tax. You know, we give an instance of yesterday that inheritance tax is a very interesting one. In the UK, if you die, the government will take 40% of your assets. So if I die today and I'm worth £1 million, 400,000 belongs to the state. They will pay. If I don't pay, whoever that is executing my will will be put in prison. So, and that is how simple it is. So you can imagine the amount of money that the government will be getting from tax. We don't have such things in Africa. Or maybe we have it, we don't implement it. And yet it's a state, it's a country with a lot of accountants, handsome ones, big ones. Today, I move further. Oh, Mary is with us, good. I move further to talk about the power of collectively investing. Now, Nigeria as it is today have only 2 levels of investment that I know of. We have the state, that is government investment, and we have the private people investment. What I've come to say to you today, Nigerians, no, none of these two is going to work. That I'm saying that society should be organized in such a way that people come together and they collectively invest and they make profit for themselves. I tried that with the Commonwealth. You know, when you do that, there will be massive progress because people will now naturally invest in what will bring them money. And if we can show it, and if you doubt what I'm saying, you have seen that our cooperative society have changed lives in Nigeria more than anything, more than the government. So if the government now say, okay, a smart leader come in place and say, this is the line I want to follow. I don't want to follow it the cooperative way, the way they're doing it. I want to make it a government, a recognized legal institutions through which people can now invest and make profit. Like I said, I will stay in my hotel. If the hotel is my own, the money I'm going to pay come back to me. And I get a little back. I'll go to my hotel and stay. So if you tell people to invest in hotels and the hotels are built, we would prefer to go into our own hotels. The same way I said to the bank. If I know that banking with Edo Bank will make me more money, I will never I will not put my money in Delta Bank. I'll put it in Edo Bank. If I know that the one in Delta Bank is not my own, the one in Edo, I'm a shareholder there, and profit will share for me later. Who go put money for another place? Who be mumu? We're not stupid. We will do the right thing. This is why we say the government should think outside the box. Like what we are saying now is that if the Tinubu will think outside the box and think about effective taxation, like we mentioned now, and then encourage or set up, not even encourage, it's not a moral thing, institute cooperative structures so that we can invest. One, we will not need to go and borrow money again. That is my message today, and I'll keep pushing it. I'll keep bringing it at Liberty Bell. And Mary did agree with me on that. That is something that we can do, and that it will work if we really do it with all sincerity. Mary, but you know what? One day we're going to talk about sincerity. You know, Nigerians, they always believe in sincerity. Maybe that is the topic for the country.
As simple as that word, it is very big.
Yes, Mary, you use the word. Nobody is sincere. And I'm going to shock you. And I don't even believe in individual sincerity. You know, it's like saying that, oh, our country is going to be great if we are all sincere. Why on earth will human beings be sincere? What is important is rule of law. This is how you do things. If you don't do it that way, you go to one place, you go to prison. There's a repercussion for anything you don't do according to the law. Maybe don't wait for us to be sincere. And not be between people, 2 people. Even these days now, I don't know whether government, if the judge case say, me and you deceive girl, you tell her lie. Make government go put people in prison. But at the biggest thing, where would they get? Say the man lied to me, or the girl lied to me. What the government go do inside? For a relationship, it concern government. So, and if you're talking about sincerity, that's where sincerity comes in. No, but where the government comes in is if the money one are supposed to share, and are not sharing the right way, government will come in. That is a matter of law. That is an institution. So we cannot be banking on sincerity as a tool for societal growth or societal justice. No. Societal justice should be built on rule of law. So, and that is what I think we should focus on, maybe. Well, I think we can still read one more papers, because I think, but this cholera that is killing people, Mary, when is it going to stop? And what is the government doing about it? Cholera.
It is actually just appealing for the public to be clean, to eat clean food, not to eat anywhere in the streets. You know, we are Nigerians now. You see, the thing the key African man. That mentality should be scrapped out from our head. You get that the more we keep ourselves and our environment clean, that's how we can abstain from cholera.
Yes.
And I think the state that recorded the high rate of cholera so far is Lagos. But I'm not surprised that it's coming from Lagos being the highest state so far, because Lagos as a state is dirty. The dirty places in Lagos is beyond even the clean places as well. You will see in front of a gutter, somebody will keep food there and be selling. You get? So I don't know. At the end of the day, it's not everything will call on the government. Government will not come and tell you to keep your environment clean. You should know how to keep your environment clean.
I agree.
And later when they did that, it was there's this drink that actually they said they confirmed that was what actually caused the rates of cholera and the killings of people. I don't know if you even know that drink. It's called the tiger nut. It's something that individuals do in Nigeria.
I like tiger nut too.
Yes, you still have some, even you can even find it even in the supermarket. You get people that does it, they have their label and they sell it. So you have individuals that sell it as well. So you can't really tell the kind of water they used. You don't know how clean they are in their house. They said it was confirmed that it was the people that took tiger nuts that actually suffered from that cholera. They were like, people should abstain from tiger nuts. So I don't know. I can't even remember when last I took the tiger nuts. I don't know. It's not something I buy. It's not something I even crave for. So that's just it.
Maybe if I did Nigeria, they like all those things. So I like to just take something different, And I believe, sometimes we just have this mentality that is healthy. Maybe because I'm not taking it for some time. When your body takes something that it's not used to always, it becomes nourishing. I'm going to use that word. Maybe scientists will prove that. I am saying to you people, anything I say that has not been proven, don't take it. We'll come to that tomorrow. That's the show we're going to do tomorrow. It has to be proven. And that's something I really want to do, Mary. Write it down. That's the topic for tomorrow. It has to be proven, all right? And we need to use what is already proven to solve our problem. Yes. And maybe let's do Vanguard, please, before we close the show. Vanguard, quickly.
Okay. The big story on the Vanguard: controversy as manufacturers reject NBS inflation figure. And the writer says inflation in 34.19% in June, coming from NBS. No, it's over 90%. It's coming from Nasima. Beats all analysts. Let me see. Beats all analysts for cases. Then highest in Edo, Kogi, Cross River. Lowest in Nasarawa, Bauchi, Adamawa. Analysts blame policy failures, recommend solutions. And here we have a story that says IGP bows to pressure, order suspension of ECMR enforcement. And that's on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper.
Are we on Vanguard? Maybe are we taking Vanguard or
Do you have today's Vanguard? It's Vanguard I'm taking. I'm on Vanguard.
I displayed the Guardian for the people. Sorry. All right.
Okay, so should I take the story again?
Yes, please, quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
From the big story. Okay, controversy as manufacturers reject NBS inflation figure. And the writer says inflation is 34.90% in June, coming from NBS. No, it's over 90% coming from Nasima. Beat all analysts forecasts. Highest in Edo, Kogi, Cross River. Lowest in Nassau, Bauchi, Adamawa. Analysts blame policy failures, recommend solutions. And that's on page 20 of the Vanguard newspaper. And here we have a story that says IGP bows to pressure, order suspension of ECMR enforcement on page 9. Ban AWOS, varsities grown over high tariffs, students lament blackouts. And that's on page 5. And Asaba poised to select new Asaba, and that's on page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper. Zenith Bank showcases strong financials to exceed 1 trillion profits in 2024. And that's on page 29. Our projected $30 billion revenue will boost Naira value. Our projected 30 billion Naira revenue will boost Naira value. And this story is coming from Dangote on page 19. Hunger. States get 20 trucks each as federal government shares 740 lorry loads of rice. And that is
They wanted these people. They wanted this government too. They wanted this not government. Ah.
My God.
Oh God.
Emergency Kanu courts opposed the treatment of Bayero and 4 others. And that's on page 27 of the Vanguard. And this is coming from the Sport Desk. Our new Super Eagles coach must qualify for 2026 World Cup. And it's coming from Opala. And that's the reason on page 30 of the Vanguard newspaper. And these are all the stories you have this morning on the Vanguard.
Yeah, Mary, I'm going to take the projection of Dangote, all right? That they are 30 billion revenue. They're projecting that that's what they're going to make. We increase the value of the Naira. You see, and my case is this, you can't blame Dangote for doing whatever he's doing. It's the right of everybody in the society to grow himself. And Dangote is doing that. You know where I have problem? So it's not Dangote that is the problem. And then sometimes they say, Dangote not increase the price, don't increase the price of cement. He is doing this at his own way. He's making money from this. Dangote have the right. It's a natural instinct of anybody to do so. But if we had formed a cooperative society, if our cooperative society is the one doing this projection, imagine where that money will be going to will be coming back to our pocket, Mary, not only one man's pocket. How would that have been? The money Dangote cannot have money more than the all of us put together. So anything Dangote can do individually, we can do better. In fact, if we come together and form a strong structure, that structure can actually borrow money if we need to. Not that we even need to. So the act of not creating a structure to run the affairs or to run to manage or to administer a sector of the Nigerian economy has been our problem. I'm going to end the show by emphasizing the importance of that structure and the administration and structure. Rather, I call it the cooperative. The cooperative alone is just the nucleus, but there must be an administration or a legal structure that is going to make that cooperative work. So the legal structure becomes the human being. It will not be Dangote, it will not be the government, it will be that administrative structure, which is comprised of us. We can all go there and invest, which will be managed and administered by people appointed by that structure. And they cannot run away with our money because it's not government money, it's our money this time. They not burn that person well. Make it carry the money when we invest, they can run. Not be government money take run and our money take run. Where the person going to hide? Where's that person going to hide? The person have no hiding place if we come up with what we're saying. Mary, and that is on that one. Again, that same thing I want to follow what Zenith Bank is doing. You see, I'm not against it. I love what they're doing. They're making money. My pain is
their bad network. Zenith Bank has the worst network in Nigeria bank. Don't even go there.
All right.
But anytime I see their developments in our headlines, I'll just be surprised. Zenith Bank. People are running from. You cannot want to open a company and say you want to bank.
But the bottom line there is
their network is too bad. Too bad.
At the end of the day, my pain is, or my take is, if these people want to do what they do, I am supporting you. I'm on for you guys. But I would rather see a bank owned by us, run by us, and for our own benefits. So that is the meaning of democracy. They say democracy is the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That's not
And
the
for the
case.
people.
When you must set up a business structure that will be owned by us, run by us for our own benefits. And that is what I call Commonwealth. And that's the thing I have to say to the Nigerians today. I hope those of them, I always offend people. I new local government chairman, especially the ones in Delta State. That's why you, when they come from my state, you know my local government, you, and they come. If you go there, say, now only money when they share come, now you want to work. Let me go deal with you personally, that the Chris is promising you. Because it's not going to continue the same way. We want you people, new local government chairman, federal government money is coming. That is not the point. We want to see how creative you can be as an individual, how creative you can be as a chairman, as a government, to actually attract taxation. There's nothing wrong if the rich people begin to pay a little bit to the local government for the owning a house. It's what we call it council tax in England, for having the land there. Because if we do that and the local government have a lot of money, they will be more secured. So we're going to sell it to them that there's need for them to pay towards the local government. And then in turn, we will secure them. So, and this is something you get to be a pastor. You're going to come out and preach and tell us the good news. Because that's what the pastors are doing. They come out and tell us the good news, which is not something created by them. They quote you a good portion of the Bible, and then you pay your tithe. Will we pay our tithe if you preach us the gospel of a good Nigeria or of a good local government? We will definitely pay. And then number two, today I went further now to say, hey, you that is appointed or voted, I know most of you were selected. I don't believe in this elitocracy, but you're already there. Mr. Selected Chairman, I'm okay with you. But this is what I want you to do. You must think outside the box. After collecting the tax, think of how the people will come together and invest together. I call it again, Mary, an art. We need an art of government, a structure. That's why we say, Mary, I'll bring you very close now. And we need a structure where the people, we need I'm not talking of democracy. We need an administrative structure, a business model, which will be done. The investment will be the investment of the people, by the people, meaning, you understand? They will invest and the people will now run it right by them for the benefit of the people. That is the message I have for Nigerians and the rest of Africa today. Like I said, Mary, thank you very much for joining me. The system has worked elsewhere. This system has worked in China. I'm not saying that, I'm just talking generally. Any system that has been proven to work, we don't need to prove it again. We don't need to even be more creative again, Chief. If you cannot be creative like that, please, like what I said, just try and copy a system that is working. Like I said already, the Alaba International System is said to be the highest incubator for successful businesses. If you want to employ that, Anambra State, you when it be professor knows you write outside books. Professor, why don't you do that? They said it's the best in the world. Why don't you use that to take people out of poverty? Grow your state. Be rich in commerce. So these are the things we have to say. Well, in my proposition, I'm saying this, Mary, so that the layman can understand what the decree said today. We want to have an Imo State airline. We want to have Delta State airline, Edo State airline, the Edo State airline or the Lagos airline. All these airlines, Kwara State, Kaduna, Kano airline, rather than changing airlines. We want to have that. And what I'm saying is, the airline should be owned by the people. How are they going to do that? You're going to set up a structure so the people who have confidence that will invest. So that is the structure. It's going to be a legal structure, recognized by the state and the people. That's why it's going to be legal. That's why we're going to invest. So the legal structure will have Edo Airline, Delta Airline, owned by the people, for the people, and for the benefit of the people. The same way we're going to have Edo Bank, Delta Bank, oh God, Lagos Bank, call it whatever name, Kano Bank, Kaduna Bank, Zafara Bank. Look at the beautiful name, Bonu Bank. You know, Mary, this bank will be owned by the people because they're going to invest their money, and it will be run by the people and it will make money for the people. Not the same thing you see today now, that one boy don't get high. They're going to be the name now. The owner of UBA is doing very well. In fact, the owner of Zenith came out and said how much he's making, that you can only make that kind of money in Nigeria. I rest my case there. My name is Daddy Chris, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mary, go have some good time, young girl. You are the mother of nation. So pray. We're expecting a lot from you. But like I said to you one day, there's something Bob Marley sang. He said, Johnny, keep on. You got to be the leader of the reggae band. That's my prayer for you, young man. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. That's where we end the show today, my people. And thank you all for joining me, and for those who will join the show later. If you're running across this show, share it. For the first time, I spoke from my center to Nigerians, and every little word is an inspiration of God Almighty. I am proud. I dare say that. I'll see you tomorrow. Stay out of trouble. A better Nigeria is better for you and me. Better you is a problem to me. You know why? Because if only you have all the money, then I won't have it. We're going to kill ourselves. But if the Nigeria is great, then we all have a collective society that is better. I don't even need to suffer because my children in the United Kingdom, I'm not thinking of how I'm going to create a future for them because it's already created. They all need to go to school, go to the right and they get the right job and they'll have a good life. That is a society that is working. Please, let us think along that line that I don't need to steal money for the purpose of your children. If the society is good, your children will inherit a great. You see, let's why I put it this way. I'm going to end with this. How about investing? Do you think it is better, or it is even in the interest of your children, to inherit a better Nigeria or to inherit 20 billion naira from you? Which one is better? 20 billion naira will not change the international passport they are carrying. It will not change the school they will send their children to. It will not change the kind of health system they will use. I believe, and I want to submit to you, that a better Nigeria will save the problem of all kinds. So let us all come together and contribute to better Nigeria by paying our tithe, which we call tithes. I call it tithe, you call it tax. And number two, let the government say, let us invest. Let us put our money where our mouth is. Government set it up for us so that it becomes a legitimate structure. That's where I end my show today. My name is Daddy Chris, and I'll see you tomorrow, same time. Stay out of trouble, and God bless you all. See you. Bye.
Looking for a home away from home in Abuja? Look no further than SRTV Shortlet Apartments. Our fully furnished apartments offers everything you need for a comfortable and relaxing stay. Unwind in spacious rooms with exquisite ambience. Cook delicious meals in our well-equipped kitchen and relax in our comfortable sitting rooms watching your favorite shows. And guess what? 247 Wi-Fi available. But that's not all. SRTV goes extra mile by providing a car to take you around town during your stay. No need to worry about navigating public transportation or hailing taxis. Explore Abuja at your own pace. Book your SRTV Shortlet apartment today and experience the perfect blend of comfort and convenience. You can reach us by calling this number 070-6237-9.
SRTV. Innovative content.